The balloon that we're going to do now is it's a little bit complicated, so you have to bear with me. It's a raccoon. And to do this balloon, we're going to use a geoblossom, turn it inside out. Now, excuse the shameless plug here, but if you have my hats video, then you saw Dawn showing you how to make a really neat little elephant with an inside-out geo. So I'm not going to show you how to turn the geo inside out. You just turn it inside out, and that's going to give you a really nice little attachment point right there. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to take the geo, and we're going to put it on hold for a second. Next thing that we need is we need a 260. Now, you could do this in any color. I arbitrarily picked red. I kind of like the way it looks in red. In orange, it looks a little bit more like a fox, but we'll talk about that another day. And I would really like to make it out of like a solid color, but there are no solid geos, so we'll deal with what we have. Anyways, the red 260. You're going to take the 260 and fold it in half. Basically, what you want is you want to find the midpoint. Once you find the midpoint, you're going to tie it in a knot, like this, and then you are going to cut the end off of the end. So now you have two places that you can put air in. Okay, wait, let me just get my scissors adjusted and we will continue. Okay, here we go. Now, what you want to do is you want to thread this 260 through the attachment point of the inside-out geo. Just kind of thread it through until you get to the knot. The knot is your marker, and that's your middle. At this point, you could tie it into another knot, but you don't have to. We'll just give it one little half tie, just because. Okay, now you want to blow up both ends of the balloon. I'm just going to give this a go here, and please bear with me. Okay, and we got that one. And you want to leave some room because you're going to be doing a little bit of twisting here. And blow up the other end of the balloon. And again, leave some room on the end. Okay, this end of the balloon you're going to take. The first end of the balloon, first of all, you can kind of twirl the two ends of the balloons around each other. Then what used to be the nozzle end of the balloon you're going to take and you're going to fold around to the back where the knot of the geo is. You don't want a huge arch, just enough so that you can get something in under there a little bit later. And you want to twist it around and make two pinch twists. They can be fairly good-sized pinch twists. 1 and 2. Now, for right now, the rest of it, don't worry about it. Just leave it while we work on the other side here. Okay, now what we're going to do is we want to make about a thumb-sized bubble. We want to fold it back and go back around it, that same bubble again, as so that we match it. And then here, we want a fairly good-sized pinch twist. So it's not quite a loop and not really a pinch twist. Something kind of in between. A little bit loose because you want this to be the lower lip. So you want it to kind of have a nice little mouth line. And if you want to just put it underneath the little loop there. Okay. And the rest of this, again, for right now, don't worry about that. We'll deal with it later. Now, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take a black balloon. This black balloon you want to reverse inflate just a little bit because you need to get a nose. Now, I haven't blown up this balloon already because it's a little bit weird what we need to do with this balloon. The rest of the balloons we have pre-inflated. Anyways, so however it is that you like to reverse inflate, excuse me, but this is just the way it's easiest for me. And my black balloon is blue. Okay, take another black balloon, black one this time. There you go. And you want a nose about that big. We're going to be twisting a bubble off of it a little bit, so you want to leave it a little bit loose. Tie it there. and then thread it through your dog leg bubble here. Okay, so you're going to thread it through. I usually put it through a couple of times, kind of sew it in a little bit. And then we're going to take the balloon and we're going to pull it all the way back through the nose and wrap it around the entire mouth, even maybe wrapping it through the loop here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to inflate the balloon, and you want to try as hard as you can to get the air to inflate from the bottom up. If it doesn't, you can always push it down. It's not a big deal. Okay, and we'll tie off the rest. So you see, I just let the air go since it didn't inflate that way today. And what I want is we're going to make the eye circles for the raccoon. So what we're going to do is we're going to make, a bubble about that big. And make another bubble, same size, and twist them together. And then just to make it all nice and tight, I'm going to take that excess black balloon and just wrap it around a few times. Okay. And now I'm going to take these two bubbles, squish them together, and twist them. And that's going to give us the eyes of the raccoon. Again, just to make sure it's all nice and tight, I'm going to wrap those eyes around the entire muzzle of the raccoon. And there we go. Okay. At this point, you can start to see the raccoon taking shape. If you want to fix the nose at this point, that would be fine. You just twist off a tiny, tiny little bubble on the end and put it through the bottom, put it through the little dog lid there and back out. And that's going to kind of give it a little raccoony shape. Kind of jut it out a little bit too. Okay. Now, as for this black piece right here, we really don't need it anymore. So once you're pretty sure that everything's good and secure and tight, you can just go ahead and get rid of that. Okay, let's see. While we're on the black balloon, we may as well just finish up the head. We're going to go ahead and do the ears. So, you take a black balloon for the ears. The size really doesn't matter. The only thing is that you want to make sure that it's bigger than the eyes. So if you made the eyes really big, you have to make the ears bigger. Okay, so this one we're gonna twist it into the ears first, and then we're gonna try and slide it through, which is why I said you wanted to leave the top of the crown a little bit loose. So we make our two big bubbles, secure it, flipping the nozzle around it, squish them together. Get rid of the extra piece. And here we have the ears. So we want to slightly stretch this bubble up and kind of work the ears through. Okay. Right now we have the ears worked through. They're lying flat. We don't want them to lie flat. We want to flip them up so that we get a nice ears look. Okay, now we need the whites of the eyes. And we're going to take this white balloon, we're going to carry it down, it's going to become part of the body as well. So, with our white 260, there we go. With our white 260, we want to make two pinch twists. I don't know how big, about that big. 1 and 2. As long as they're basically the same size, that's all that matters. Smaller or bigger, it's up to you.